Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He gets a block. Gets it out to the 44, and he's out of bounds, and now this offense has spectacular field position. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense will get first crack at it here. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Well, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Well, he was trying to do it all by himself. At the end of the day, it's a tackle for loss.
I mean, the number of tackles he broke, at some point, somebody's got to get blocked to help the guy out a little bit.
Man, the defense was like a bunch of zombies on that last play. They just would not stop chasing that ball carrier.
He might want another play. To the air, it's Raiola. Fires to the wideout. Rolls it in. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. On target to the left. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Huskers looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Gives it to the back on the draw. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And they try to sneak the draw play in there and try to show pass right away, get it to the running back. Defense not fooled in the slightest. Nice job getting upfield, getting to the running back, getting them on the ground.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. Right down the boulevard. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drop. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that. So
the TCU Horned Frogs offense has the ball for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. Two NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
Now the defense will try to rise up on third and short from the 21. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. The Horned Frogs decide to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. No fair catches here, looking for room. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Throws for the tight end. Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Baker. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. This is why you recruit dudes, right? Quarterback distributes, get the ball in the hands of playmakers, and let him do his thing.
Dude makes quarterback look good. I mean, you get it to him in space and watch.
Oh, he's got some space. The tag, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, TCU.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Makes the grab. It's Mark Wade. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Here's the return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. He's got him. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. And the Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Motion from the wideout. Give to the running back. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He'll throw on third down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Turning it on! He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space.
Touchdown, Nebraska! Fit it in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
The play-action fake. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Looking to the big tight end. Grabbed over the middle. It's Markway. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run, and this guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats.
TCU.
So after the break, they'll go back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. The handoff as they run the counter play here. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And I think a lot of times when offenses run these counters, you're going to fake one way, right? Pull guys the other direction. If you can get some penetration really quickly, get behind those pullers, you got a chance to get in the backfield just like right there and create a TFL.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Mills. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Cornhuskers look to keep this drive humming. Gets the back moving. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Grab near the marker, it's Mills. Goes out of bounds, but they'll be set up with a 1st and goal.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Big fella moving. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Looking for just 1 more yardage. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Husker!
And you love giving it to the big boy right near the goal line, plowing ahead. You know he's going to put 2 hands on the football, lower his shoulder. 2nd and goal. You don't need 3rd and goal, thanks to the big fella.
TCU set.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. send its offense back onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together, get some good mojo going.
Using the quick game. Lowers those pads. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch?
It's a fumble. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls in the field.
And the Horned Frogs in a good spot here with second and short. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's why it's so important to have success on first and second down. They're running the ball on second down. You trust your O-line to get the job done. The running back does his. And now with the positive play, you're setting up third and inches.
He'll sneak it. Got enough for the first, and he's still going.
And, David, on third and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Wants to go up top on first down. He's taking the shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. So they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Trying to burn this defensive back. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
None of the receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The Horned Frogs will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. And that's a really difficult route to handle if you can get a big fella working the outside in the corner like that.
And no doubt, because he runs upfield first and then makes a beeline towards the sideline. So whether it's man or zone, you can throw that football away from the defender and make some big plays.
Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. The Huskers will line it up on 1st and 10. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Gonna run it. It's Harris. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Power football with the run. Got room at the 35. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Trying to take it back.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Sends it back in motion. To the air on second down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Payne. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun, the running back has it. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fighting off the defender. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Who knows, maybe being on the right hash will help him from 55 yards out. He can just take a big swing. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. The lead is now back down to 9.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Quarterback may change this route. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Right on the money. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Markway. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. And he's going to reach for a long one and have to guide it in from the left side. 51 yards out. And this one is perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. With they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football Palmer out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
And the Horned Frogs come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Quickly to the tight end. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Got his man quickly. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
The Horned Frogs are flying down the field.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job on the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
And the Horned Frogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
The Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. Fires to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Off the play fake. Grab near the marker, it's James. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. They go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
TCU 17.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Finds his tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Throws to the tight end. Caught over the middle. It's Markway. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. To the air, it's Raiola. Gets open down the middle.
And that's the advantage of being a big wide receiver, because now you're a big target. And on these slant routes, you don't have to run the perfect route, but you can use your size and your physicality to get the job done almost every time.
He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. Offense breaks the huddle, it's third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks, it's Markway. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in third and short, third and medium, third and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
Finds the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll go to the air on second and short. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
Got it in the middle, it's Coleman. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw again. Got his man to the left. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much.
Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. To the ground. He's got it again. Made a defender miss. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Miles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Can't make the grab on 3rd down, and that is a rare drop for this guy. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
I love offenses that can just rely on their offensive line to get it done in 4th and short situations like that. Turn around, hand it off, let's stay on the field and keep this thing going.
They'll ride the hot hand. Once again, finding nowhere to run against this defense. He's knocked down immediately. The Horned Frogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's a heat. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. The field goal is no good. Guys, after that miss, we are still sitting on a 5-point game. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, 3rd and short, I just got to fall forward and get the 1st down, Palmer, but the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy. You know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Rayola. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Huskers are on the move. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Got his man downfield. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Huskers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Trying play action. Quick strike complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Bulldozes his way through. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see some of these jet sweeps, and they were ready that time. Great job communicating before the snap. Everybody had...
And he's got it for the touchdown, and that one just might do it.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
29. TCU. 7.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, there he goes. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Wants to throw on first down. He wants a big play here late. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Looking downfield on first down. Under fire. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run play action. Complete with conviction on the crosser. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on third. A strike downfield. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly.
No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to fire. He's got it on the run. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
He turns that loose down the right side. He's brought down the one to play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. To the air, it's Raiola. Lets it fly. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That will put the wrap on